Thank you, Chairman Lobiando, for calling today's hearing on the state of U.S. airports. As we confront the FAA reauthorization this year, this hearing provides an opportunity for us to better understand how Congress can help airports satisfy their growing capital needs and keep pace with progress abroad. First and foremost, I want to welcome a fellow Washingtonian as part of today's panel of witnesses. Mr. Lance Little is Managing Director of SeaTac, Seattle-Tacoma International Airport, which many of my constituents, as well as tens of millions of others each year, rely on for air travel. I look forward to hearing from him today, in particular about the needs and challenges SeaTac faces as it undergoes its own long-term capital improvement plan to modernize facilities, alleviate congestion, which I know is a serious issue at SeaTac, as well as to improve the customer experience. Each year, nearly 800 million passengers board aircraft in the United States, with approximately 70,000 commercial and GA flights taking off daily. FAA's most recent forecast projects the number of commercial enplanements in the U.S. alone will reach more than 1 billion a year by 2036. So it should come as no surprise then that the U.S. is home to 4 of the world's 10 busiest airports. And in total, the U.S. has over 19,000 airports, ranging from the world's busiest to small general aviation airfields across the country. And forecasts of increasing air travel may seem encouraging for the U.S. economy, but without adequate investment in airports, passengers will experience congestion, delays, and the U.S. will miss out on economic opportunities. The nation's top airports will continue reaching higher levels of congestion unless airports add new capacity and manage overcrowding. For many years, Chairman Lobiando and I have called for the modernization of the air transportation system. This includes encouraging immediate implementation of next-gen priorities, improve surface operations to reduce time spent taxiing between gate and runway, and improve flight routes and procedures are just two of the priorities, along with added capacity that will be critical as air travel increases. But as the airport manager in Arthur Haley's 1968 novel Airport remarked, a book I'm sure we've all read, "We may have broken the sound barrier, but we have not broken the ground barrier." That was true in 1968. It is true today. Congress has long recognized a federal role with respect to investing in our aviation infrastructure, including the Airport Improvement Program and authorizing passenger facility charges. Unfortunately, airport capital needs significantly exceed available funding through these two mechanisms. The FAA estimates that over the next 5 years, airports will need $32.5 billion for AIP-eligible airport capital projects alone, amounting to about $6 billion per year. These numbers are even more startling when we add in the non-AIP-eligible projects. A leading airport association estimates the airports will need more than $100 billion over the next 5 years for all airport capital projects. The math says it's about $20 billion a year. Congress has fallen short, providing $3.35 billion in AIP funding annually, and the current PFC, currently capped at $450, generates only about $3 billion per year. So even with airports' ability to raise revenues through PFCs, there's still a significant gap between the available funding and the investment needed for critical safety and capacity projects. We need to make headway on these funding shortfalls in order to make U.S. airports more efficient and more competitive. And so what I expect to glean from today's hearing is that this committee must encourage investment at airports, large and small, and keep airport funding in mind in the development of a long-term, comprehensive FAA reauthorization bill this year. So I look forward to hearing from all of our witnesses, but especially the one from SeaTac, about the status of our airport infrastructure and ideas for continued investment now and into the future. Thank you. I yield back.
All right, thank you, Mr. Larsen. Chairman Schuster.
Thank you, Chairman Lobiando and Ranking Member Larsen. Thanks for having this